Okay, so I recently took up wood burning, pyrography, because I have horrible arthritis in my shoulder, and while I love drawing, it puts a lot of tension on my arm and my joints. So someone said, why don't you take up wood burning? And it is a lot less pressure on my joints. I get the same sort of effects that I do with drawing, but I don't have the physical repercussions, and it's a lot quicker too for me than drawing is. So this was the first one I did, like, I don't know, I guess about a month ago. I started really small with these little bitty ones. And then I started kind of getting a little bit larger with them. But I've primarily used pine and cedar and mesquite. So this one is cedar here, and it was still really wet when I started burning it. So that's why it's so dark in there, because it was literally still seeping sap when I was burning it. And then these are mesquite, and the rest of these I believe are pine. No, this one's cedar over here. So I started getting a little bit bigger, and then the one that I just finished, here, let me bring it over to you, is this one. And this was a commission. Someone hired me to do this one, and I'm really proud of the way this one came out. It's the largest wood burning I've done so far, and I accented it with some polychromos, which is an oil pencil made by Faber-Castell. So when I was completely done with the burning on the wood, then I went in and added the accent of the color to it and created a strip frame basically to go around it, and attached it to the wood and masked off the piece, and then I painted the frame after it was already attached to the piece of art.
Nice.
So yeah, this one I really love. So I'm in the market for commissions right now on these, and they are actually a lot more affordable than people would think. I go by about $1.50 a square inch on these, which helps cover the cost of the wood and my time.
Nice.
And a couple of them that I have created aren't with us today on this table because they've been purchased.
That's a good thing, yeah.
That is a good thing. That is a good problem to have. So I cannot complain. So yeah, this is my new thing that I'm working on in between paintings.
Okay.
And as far as paintings go, I've got a few in progress right now. I've created quite a few landscapes since I've moved here. So let me show you kind of what I've finished since I've been here.
All right.
And we can start up here. This is actually a view from my front porch area. That's the driveway. So this is there was a storm coming in, and this is a view from just right out the front driveway.
Okay.
And this is actually Fort Parker. I spoke on that earlier.
Yes.
A place we went to go visit, and our plans got derailed. Some of these are images from, that I'd completed before we left Washington Avenue. This one is another image from Fort Parker, waiting to be framed, because this will be going into, these two pieces are going to be framed next week. They've both been created since I moved. And I'm going to frame them next week because they're both going into a show in Round Rock, which opens at University of Texas, or Texas State facility in Round Rock, and it's going to open on the 13th of February. That's Professional Artists of Central Texas, and I'll have 6 pieces in that show. So it'll be about 50 pieces of artwork, and if anyone's interested in that or needs directions, they can contact me on Facebook or my email, which I'm sure Michael will provide to you.
Perfect. 1,000%. Okay.
Okay, so move down here. We got another one that I finished since I've been here. And this was actually, again, there was another storm rolling in, and I was just driving down Highway 116, and I saw these beautiful clouds coming in. And so I stopped and took a picture and came back to the studio
Yeah.
and created that one. But I am moving away from the 11 by 14 size, which is what this is, and I'm going in a different direction now. And let me move you back over here to the easel so I can show you kind of where I'm going. The one on that wall, the clouds with the hills there, the small 11 by 14, I think was the last 11 by 14 I did before I kind of switched up my formatting. Let me grab one off the wall over here.
All right.
Okay. So I started to kind of get this idea about making my paintings longer. This is another image from the Fort Parker area. And all of these landscapes in Texas, one of the challenges I've faced is that how to really convey how vast the state is and how vast the landscapes are in Texas, because they're so diverse. You can go from you can switch demographic regions, geographic locations in just a few hours in Texas. You can go from rolling hills to desert canyons. But how to kind of convey that in a painting has been one of my greatest challenges. And I noticed my canvases start to get longer. Well, last month we went to Big Bend, my fiance and I did. We went to Big Bend on a trip and we toured 1,200 miles in a few days. And I was suddenly struck with the idea after he was taking panoramic photos, why don't I do that? Why don't I apply that to my canvases and my paintings to try to create this feeling of vastness? So, if I can get that to stand up. So I started with this one. It's not quite done, but it'll probably be done today.
Nice.
I want to come in here and do some more highlighting. But I noticed as the paintings got longer, it gave me more of the feeling of vastness and space that I was really searching for with these Texas landscapes. And the Big Bend region, if you've never been there, is such a huge space. When you stand up on the cliffs and you look out over the Texas landscapes and you can see all the way to Mexico, it's just there's nothing like it in this state, or really anywhere. The closest thing I can think of is if you're at the Grand Canyon.
Yes.
Let me grab one more from over here that's in progress. And again, this one is inspired from my trips to Big Bend. So this one probably has a couple more days of work left to it. And then I stretched a canvas last week that's going to start production today. So, and this one, I haven't decided where this is going yet, but I really like the colors.
Different
so
colors in that one.
I'm gonna see where it goes. I might work on this one later today. I haven't decided. But I'm also working on a different material. This is actually sheetrock. These three are sheetrock that you would buy at like Home Depot. And I'm working in oil paint. So the oil paint works really well on this. It's an incredibly smooth surface. You can sand it. You can fill in any divots that might occur on the surface. It's incredibly sturdy. You can frame it. And you don't have to prime it because it already comes primed. So it solved quite a few problems. So if any of the artists are interested in working on this, material, you can actually buy a sheet of this for $20, and it's a huge sheet of sheetrock, and then you just cut it down to whatever size you want.